Hello, everyone. Don't worry. Kelly's going to be in his best behavior tonight because we're talking about the Exa-Arcadia. I am Dr. Mike, Ed Official Pagan on everything. You guys are watching Bog Panda. So that means that with me, as always,
Hi, everybody. This is Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram. And both not Dr. Mike and I would appreciate it if you would take a moment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Check out some of our content. Lots of retro gaming stuff, music with a strong major in Alice Cooper, the occasional issues show, and probably most importantly, Hard No, the world's shortest podcast, only on Bog Panda on YouTube. It's on other places as a podcast, but on YouTube, Hard No is only on Bog Panda. It's the world's shortest podcast. So, don't you want to be cool and subscribe to the world's shortest podcast? Of course you do. And then you probably want to go buy a t-shirt so you can let other people know how cool you are. And that's available on our merch store. Link in the description. Check that out. Lots of different shirts out there for you to express yourself. We think you should express yourself and check that out. And that's it. Yeah, check out some of our videos. Give us a few likes and if you like it, and some comments if you didn't, or if you did. Just we love hearing from folks and kind of seeing what they'd like to hear about, what they like, what they don't like, etc.
absolutely. Well, today we're talking about the Exa-Arcadia, which is not a Neo Geo, despite looking exactly like the Neo Geo arcade cabinet, which really threw me off. I initially clicked on the video thinking it was an update to the home version of the Neo Geo cabinet. It is not. But I did send the video over to Kelly because I thought it was an interesting product. What did you think, Sarah? You check this thing out.
Well, so I mean, and I was not particularly familiar with the Neo Geo, but over the time as we've done this in various shows, you've kind of shared a lot of insights on that and the idea that the Neo Geo's in arcades, actual arcades with real coin doors, guys. Real coin doors.
Oh yeah.
The that that this was an option for, and this is in the advertising material for the Exa-Arcadia, to kind of say, hey, you're running a business, an arcade, and you've got this cabinet, but you want to switch it out. You want to kind of bring in a new game. Well, don't buy a new cabinet. Keep this existing cabinet and just pop in some other cartridges, and you now have a whole new production ready arcade system. So I was not familiar with that. You kind of tuned me into that was the Neo Geo model. I wasn't exactly sure how that executed. What was really nice on this, we're including links to the site in the video description so you folks can kind of check it out. So they do a really nice job on their website and kind of showing, hey, this is what the cartridges look like. Here's the container that which will hold up to 4 cartridges. Here's kind of the guts of the system that you would need to do that, which they sell separately. This is, we usually talk about a lot of things that, depending on how interested we were, it becomes, oh, you going to get one, Mike? Kelly, you going to get one? This isn't one that we're going to be getting
Yeah.
because this is legit arcade stuff, and even the cartridges are very expensive. But in terms of an execution and I think I just thought it was really cool to kind of have them pop the hood a little bit on a Neo Geo like system and see it out. So you had a lot of Neo Geo familiarity. Anything strike you about this one that was different or more interesting or about the same?
About the same. It looks, I mean, even the design of it looks so much like the Neo Geo cabinets. And Neo Geo was always a fascinating thing growing up because, like Kelly said, they came up, SNK, the company that made them, came up with a standardized cabinet that they would use, these bright red cabinets. And then the arcade owners would just switch out the games rather than buying new cabinets and having to move huge inventory in and out that they were dumping tons of money on. And they could put in multiple cartridges and select between the cartridges. So they could have 4 different games at one time occupying the same cabinet. And then they would switch out cartridges when new games would be released. And what was really interesting about it is Neo Geo was released as a home system. They made a consoleized version that took one cartridge, and you could rent that and play at home and literally play the arcade cartridges. So it wasn't just like a port of it, it was the actual arcade game. And they even manufactured it for sale. I never knew anyone who owned one though. The system was like $1,000 or $2,000 or something, and the cartridges were a few $100s each. So I never knew anybody who owned a physical Neo Geo. Later in the 90s, they did come out with a Neo Geo CD, which was their more attempt, I guess, at actual like commercial release that could be more widely available. It didn't take off though, because at that point PlayStation already existed and things like that. So, we're on to the next generation of games, the home gamers at that point. But I still love Neo Geo games. I have a Neo Geo Mini. There was a Neo Geo reissue that was done a few years ago for one of the anniversaries, so I got that. I got the Mini when it came out. And I do want to get a Neo Geo cabinet eventually for the game room as well. So I'm a big fan. So that's what caught my eye with this. I thought this was another Neo Geo home release or something along those lines. And in fact, Arcade 1UP almost had a Neo Geo cabinet, but because information leaked about it, they lost it. And SNK went with one of their own internal partners to manufacture that instead and put out their own 3/4 scale Neo Geo cabinet with 50 games on it. So, but Neo Geo games are excellent. They really hold up well. Even their CD variants are good. It just adds loading times basically to it. But this does look interesting. This isn't really a home thing. Like Kelly said, it's something that's more for arcades. But because it is so obviously inspired by classic arcade stuff, I thought it was good to kind of bring up on here.
Yeah, you should really check it out. Cruise through their site because it's just kind of fascinating. And would like to tell you how much the cabinet equipped with the brain and the ability to go in, but basically they say, hey, if you're interested in one of these cabinets, here's who you can contact to discuss the price. And so never a good sign in terms of, oh, this is going to be dirt cheap. This is an investment. But, for an arcade, you can, make that money back because you got those real coin doors and, they can do a thing. They can collect quarters for you.
That's what they're there for.
Yep. And that's all they're there for. So when you're at home, you don't really need one, but enough of Mike and my anti-coin door stuff. I know we're outliers. I think a lot of other people are big coin door
we
fans.
know we're the minority here. I don't understand how, but we are aware that we're the minority.
Yeah.
Bog Panda.